everyone, welcome to our tutorial for painting our Gnome Sweet Gnome round. You can see the one that we did in 2021. It is shades of white, red, grays, blacks. We made a little ombre with our red, and our new improved version for 2022 is going to have 3D words as well. Some people have a little trouble with the vinyl stencils, so we're making it easier with our 3D words this year. So this is a color combination that you can choose from in our kits. And we're going to paint up the other option, which is using the bright pink, the Capri pink. We're going to use some Florence, our nice bright green, and we're also going to use some Provence. So I already painted this heart. These are the gnome's little shoes. I did all the lettering for us for our Gnome Sweet Gnome. I also painted his nose and hands. I did the hands in this one in the flesh color. The one in the red and black combination has gray hands like little mittens. And I also did his beard in white. So let's just set those aside for a second. I'm gonna bring in his hat and the rest of the hearts. And we're gonna do a little ombre technique this time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with the Provence, and I'm going to start at the top of his hat, and I'm just using the foam brush on its side. I'm using a very minimal amount of paint. I got some and wiped it off. So I'm just going in an up and down motion here so that I can get a nice clean edge. So hopefully you can see that in the camera. I'm not getting any drips down the sides. So I'm just, again, taking and getting some paint on my brush, wiping it off so I have a pretty dry brush, and I'm going in an up and down motion. I'm gonna do about half or so of his hat. So that is covered, get a little wee bit more. Okay, so we got a nice little coverage there of his hat. Then I'm gonna grab a little bit of the Florence, our green, tapping off some of the extra so you can see it's kind of blended both. I'm using the same brush, not washing it, and I'm just going back over top of that section that we just finished. And in the camera, you may or may not have seen the difference. Oh, excuse me. I was using some bleach earlier. I think I got it up. Whew. There we go. Okay, so as you can start to see my shading there, I'm gonna pick up more of the green, more of the green. I'm gonna continue with my up and down motion. And I'm just shading in my hat. If you can see that difference there. More green, heading down towards the bottom. Up and down motion gives us those clean edges. I'm just gonna hold this with my fingernail. Okay. I don't know how well you can see in the camera how it's blended. I can always add a little bit of the Provence if I need to kind of do some more mixing in the middle here. And really, you're just kind of going back and forth between your two colors till you get it the way you want it to be, just to get that blending of your two shades, okay? You might be able to see it better when it's dry, okay? So there is his hat. We're gonna do something similar with our hearts. There are some different size hearts here for us, and we are going to use some white. Let me get some white paint here. And I'm gonna start out with my white. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that pink and I'm just mixing it into my white. When you wanna mix shades, you always want to add your darker color into your lighter color, not the other way around. If you would have started with the pink, you would have needed a ton of white in order to get your pink to change. Okay. For my next one, I'm gonna grab a little more pink. I'm just kind of mixing it here on the edge of my plate. I don't even care if it's not 100% mixed. Having that little variation of shade is kind of fine with me. Again, I'm just going up and down. Okay, little more Capri, little bit of white. A little more Capri. It may be hard to tell in the camera, but they are different shades. Okay, and then my final one, I'm gonna turn my brush over and I'm gonna grab just the Capri pink for my last one. So it will be a little darker. Again, that up and down motion gives me nice clean edges. You can definitely use a makeup sponge. We will put one of those in your kit as well. If you'd like to use the end of that or the side of it to do the same job. I just like using the foam brush. I don't know, I think because I have the handle back here, I just feel like I have a little more control over it. So we've got 5 different size hearts, different shades. You can always play around with them and add a little more. I might grab some more white here and kind of maybe go back a little bit. This guy was maybe not as light as I wanted him to be. Definitely you can always use a clean brush and just play with them. Play with them until you get the shades that you like. The key to mixing your paint is to remember that you're going to add your dark color into your darker pigment, because otherwise you're going to be working quite a while until you get your darker color to lighten up. Okay, I'm gonna add a little more white to that. Okay. Alrighty, so I've got some different shades going on here. And of course, you don't have to do your kit like this. You can definitely change it up and do it any way you would like. The other fun thing with this kit is that you can do some color mixing with your, I think the Florence with some of the Capri pink will make a beautiful purple. So perhaps it's kind of a plum color. So perhaps you might like to do some purple hearts, some pink hearts. Let me see. I think, you know what? Maybe I'll make his one that he's going to hold in his hands with the purple. Oops. Ooh, I love that. Purple's one of my favorite colors. And yeah, I like that a lot. So you've got that option to do some color mixing because your Florence, of course, is your blue and yellow make green. And so you've got some of those blue shades, and then you mix that with your Capri pink and you end up with your purples. So beautiful. Okay. We're going to take a look then at how to put that all together. I'm going to just slide these out of my way. our little gnome body. I pre-painted the background white. You can do baby wipe method. You can do a roller, or you can use your paintbrush. You may want to add some highlighting onto your beard so it shows up a little bit on your white background, or vice versa. You could sand your background or mix in a little black with your white to make a gray background. We've got his little feet here. We'll add on his purple heart, and his hands are gonna go this way with his thumbs up. Okay, so I will glue this after everything's completely dry. We'll throw our words over here to the side. I did those previously with the Athenian black, which is the darker black. I do them with the same up and down method with the side of the foam brush, or you can use the makeup wedge. And there we've got our Gnome Sweet Gnome. Of course, you can adjust where you put your lettering. It does not have to be in that exact spot. You could switch it up and do pink on his hat or purple on his hat, and then just add in your hearts wherever you like those to be. Okay. So you can add them up whichever way you'd like them to be. Each kit that hangs like this, of course, comes with our hanging mechanism, this little device. We put our glue on the back, and then that attaches to the top back of your round, and you can adjust it however long you need it to be. Take your twine and tie it underneath, okay? And one last thing is to show you the bow. This is how I like to make my bows. We're gonna give you some tulle. In this color combination, you get the hot pink and your black and white ribbon. Easy peasy, make it into an S shape. Pinch the middle of each of the 3 sections. I'm just gonna tuck it between my thumb and my finger. I'm gonna do the same thing with each piece. Pinch in the middle, pinch in the middle, pinch in the middle. Grabbing a hold of that. And finally the last one. So a pinch, and we'll curl that one, make a pinch. So we've got our 3 sections all pinched together in the middle. I have 2 pieces of the pink tulle. I'm going to put this down in here, and I'm just basically tying a bow with my pink tulle. I'm doing it both together at the same time and pulling that tight. I can fluff my tulle. Fluff up my ribbons like so. It's super lightweight. You can put a little bit of super glue on the back and then add it onto your round. So let me pull the camera up here a little bit, kind of get a full shot of that. Okay, so it'll need fluffed up a little bit, but that can be glued right onto the round. So this is the pink and the green combination with the opportunity to make your purple. This is the one that we had last year, which has the red, black. You can make your grays. So we'll offer both of those color combinations, and it will have 3D words. Okay. Thank you very much.